Francis. That was the historic movement for South Sudan, and I am sure that all of you have still very good memories of that district. Of course, me personally, even more than you, because I had been raised and privileged to be with him those days, 24 hours, 3 days, early morning and late at night. And to see how he lives that kind of visit and how he prepares that kind of visit. And let's face it, he was over Jews. The old man, you could see him struggle sometimes in order to live up to the expectation of each and every one of us. But Pope Francis was ready to give it, because he feels that it's his duty as a holy father, as a father of children, as all of you fathers and mothers feel it as a duty to take care of your children. And maybe yes, you're tired, and maybe yes, you're old, and maybe yes, you're sick, and maybe yes, you struggle. But you keep on going. You keep on giving. These are your children. And that is also true for Francis, who, even at his old age, 87 as he is, still continues on the road, still continues to visit, still continues to serve the church, even though at times very weak, very sick, very old. But he is, so to say, surrendering to the church, surrendering to God himself. He might really compare that off to what Jesus himself did. And as we do it each and every Eucharist again, this is my body for you. This is my blood poured out for you. And that, by the way, is a good exercise for each and every one of us. That when we celebrate the Eucharist and we get to that moment of the consecration, when we repeat again those words of Christ at the Last Supper, that you yourself, so to say, put your own body and blood there, your own person with everything you have, to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your strength, my body and blood for you. Not only true for Christ, not only true for Pope Francis, but true for each and every one of us as we are in this church here today. Lord, my word, my heart, for you, to love the Lord my God with all my heart, with all my mind, with all my strength, and to love my neighbor as myself. That visit of the Pope makes me go a bit further back. The year before, in 2002, I think it was, we had the last municipal ordination, if I'm not mistaken, which is Manuel of Greece. And I remember how they said, you know, it seems as if we close the chapter. Many bishops seats have been vacant and absent, and now things go back into place. The structure was again there. We are already looking forward to the visit of Pope Francis. So to say, as if God was strengthening this church, putting it back on strong foundations. Not knowing, by the way, as a church, and as people of South Sudan, well, later on, after the visit, though we found out not long after that happened in Khartoum, in North Sudan, many people had to flee and come over the border and come into South Sudan, back to their places of origin, maybe even never been here, but difficult times. And so to say, our God is back in the church in order that it would be strong enough to withstand the blows and to be able to open the doors and to open the hearts in order that all those who came back will find a place in our homes and in our hearts. And then on top of that, not long ago, the Holy Father, after his visit to Juba, gave us the gift of a garden. His Eminence in Megen. So to say, a recognition of the importance of the Church of South Sudan, recognition not only by way of the Church as bishops, or as priests, or as religious, but as we are all here today, people of God, because we all are part of that church. We all have a responsibility and commitment to that church. We are all, in that sense, salt of the earth, as Jesus said today, as we listened to the kids. The salt of the earth. That's not always easy, but maybe that some of you which are very old, you need to be very old to read. You might recall that in the whole liturgy of baptism, the priest would put a bit of salt on the tongue of the baby. So to say, as to say, now we need to do that salt of the earth. And sometimes the baby has babies too. The baby would spit it out. And so to say, that is a symbol of how difficult that can be to be salt of the earth. The salt of the earth is about giving taste to life, even more, and even to give sense to life. And to be that sense for life, to life for others, not so much for yourself, but for others, that others find taste in you. If you are that salt of the earth. And that brings me back to the church, as it is now built up, consolidated, our bishops here. That's why I'm so happy they are here, except the Bishop of Wau, who come, and the Bishop of Barakado is preparing for the visit of the club chanting. Just arrived an hour ago, he's just rested from the chat overnight. And tomorrow, by the way, we celebrate Mass here at 11 o'clock. They also have 2 days he will go to Barakado to thank him. And so the Bishop of Barakado is preparing for the visit. But how good it is to have these bishops here, so that we can see the church is there. And it is built on strong foundations. But that is not enough. It's not enough. The foundations that are there, but now it's about giving taste. So to say, God, in the sense, has done his work. And now he's waiting for our mission. How do we as a church, as Christians, give taste to society? I thought it was very interesting come across my mind that just struck me now. In the letter of the Hebrews, where it says, the Jewish high priest brings the blood of the animals into the most holy place to offer it as a sacrifice for sins. But the bodies of the animals are burned outside the camp. Let us then, the author concludes, let us then go to him outside the camp, that is Jesus, and share his shame. You see, we as a church, as we make this Catholic Church, because we have the sacrament, and even as priests and bishops and religious, there's many times in our life you see, if you come to church, you celebrate the Eucharist, and you pray your rosary, and you say the breviary. Not sure about that. Thank you, God. I'm a Christian, but not really. It's not enough. Yes, but the blood of Christ is poured out here on this altar, and that's what we said in the middle. This is my body. This is my blood. That's why we come to celebrate here, to receive his body and blood. But as the letter of the Hebrews says, Jesus is suffering out there, outside these sacred walls. And he concludes saying, let us then go outside the camp and share in his shame. So that is what it is really about. We come to this church, yes, as a church, as people of God, we share in his body and blood which is poured out in the altar. As it says, my body poured out for many. But then we have to go out to find him outside there. In the people who suffer. In the people who cross the border from Kosti to Rank, Malacca, maybe from also Juba, maybe some people have gone through that refugee track escape. It's about being with them, the refugees, with those who linger in prisons unfairly, unjustly, for those who are sick, for those who are oppressed. Because it is there each and every time that we find Christ. And it is there each and every time again, if we stand with those people who are outside somewhere there. Maybe you pass them each and every day, the beggar along the street, the woman who has lost everything, the refugee who has been robbed. And maybe you turn away because you do not know how to manage them. Maybe you'll find it too difficult. But at the same time, Christ says to you, but who are the salt of the earth? If not you, who then? If you do not roll out your sleeves, who else? There is this famous psychiatrist in Canada, and the reporter asked him, "Sir, would you consider yourself to be a Christian?" And he thought for a second, and then he said, "No, I'm not sure whether I should call myself a Christian, because if I would call myself truly a Christian, then it would mean that I really do what Christ desires me to do, and that I really do as Christ does. Because Christian is exactly that, be like Christ. He says, I cannot claim. I know that many times I do not. That many times I'm just struggling a bit in the margins, but I just don't do it. I'm not that salt of the earth. I'm not really Christ, and I'm ashamed to call myself a Christian. Are you a Christian? Would you really dare to say it? Because, as we said before, Christian is more than being in the church here today. It's more than being baptized, confirmed, receive Holy Communion, go for confession, pray the rosary, all nice and good need to have that sure. And thank you to God that you do, but it is not enough. It is not enough. You're not yet salt of the earth. Think about it today. For whom have you been salt? To whom did you today give sense in his life or her life? And if you find a name, give thanks to God for that and continue on the road. And if not, please go out and find a person whom you can salt of the earth, whom you can serve. As you serve God, God whom you serve with all your mind and your heart and all your strength, but then also serve your love your neighbor as yourself. That is true for all of us, as we see it here. And I would say it is even more true, or should be true, for this time. How do we, as priests, bishops, how are we solve? How much are we ready to give? Are we really able to say after Christ, this is my body and blood for you? And I give it all. I surrender completely. I give nothing back. I give it all to you, Christ, because you have given everything to me. Pope Francis is an example of all this. A man who, in his old age, received the yoke, as I say, received the yoke of the papacy, the burden of the papacy. Because the burden it is, we might see it as a privilege, but at the end of the day, it's a heavy burden to be the leader of a 1.4 billion church. And people are looking up to him, having their expectations, and he wants to live up to their expectations, wants to be their father, gives himself completely, his body and blood for us. So as a church, we want to follow the footsteps of Pope Francis, following the footsteps of Christ, the salt of the earth, to give ourselves completely in this country of ours, in S.Sudan, so that we will truly be called